Hello, hello. Did it come through okay, Denny's? Okay. It's not coming through on this end. So, I don't know what's going on. Well, hello. So we are on? We're all good?
I can't hear you or Virginia.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me hear you talk, Virginia.
Hello?
Gosh, I can't hear her, unfortunately.
I don't know. The theme's just over playing like out loud.
You just want me to talk to you, don't you, big
weird.
boy?
I'm not even sure if this is even going over.
How many days are we in the studio? Every day I get in here, it's different. It's I've never seen anything like it, honestly. Can I just turn this thing off now, I guess? I don't know. It's just every day it's different. It's so insane. It's so crazy. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I guess they think you'd probably like to change it up. Let's do something different today. What do you say, Kev? Just as soon as you gotten used to it, let's go ahead and switch it up there for you. So
Yeah, I can't hear diddly dick.
No? Okay.
Nope.
All right, well, you can take them headphones off. We're just talking. You don't need to hear any audio anyway.
I can hear Kevin.
Okay. Oh, here I am. Yeah. Well, Saturday was a fun night. Thank you to everybody who came out to the KVJ live show. Do appreciate your attendance. And thank you very much to PJ National Resort and Spa and the Greenway Kia that came out there. We had some very nice cars that were right there in the ballroom with us doing the show.
We did. And Mike from Greenway Kia came out. We were talking about Kias, and it was just really nice of them to help sponsor the event. The car that was in the ballroom, one of them is my car, the EV9.
It's a nice car.
It's a really nice car.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about just how Kias had leveled up. They brought somebody in new, and it's really just changed it because my perception originally of Kias is like cute, but kind of small, little whatever cars. And all of a sudden they got fast, awesome looking. The designs are amazing, almost butting right up against your Mercedes and some of those luxury vehicles too.
Yeah, Mike used to work at Mercedes, and he came to Kia when he saw the innovation, and he's like, okay, this is a brand that I can get behind and help spread the word on.
Yeah.
And that's really all it is. It's changing people's minds about the Kia brand.
Right.
Because if you still think it's like, the Kia Soul from 10 years ago, they still do have the soul, but they have so many innovative, fresh-looking cars.
Yeah, they definitely you got to rethink. It's not your mom's Kia.
It is not.
You want to see a Kia?
I'm going to drive you home in the Kia today.
I can't wait. Gosh, I love a Vuber.
That's Virginia's little tagline. We want to see you in a Greenway Kia. That commercial plays all the time. I always, it like haunts me.
I said, put it extra at Kevin's house.
Oh my gosh. Because holy crap, I'm just sitting there, I hear her voice, I'm like, where's that coming from? I'm like, she's on
house?
again? She's on nonstop. I'm like, and it just all the time, and it throws me off every time. I hear that voice coming through. I'm like, where is she? You just never know where Virginia might pop up.
You can't get away from me, Kevin.
I can't. I really can't.
You can run.
No.
You can hide.
Yeah, I'm
literally in your house.
You are everywhere. My gosh, you're everywhere. Got a lot of nice emails here. Kelly said, big old thank you. She came out, made some friends. She said, met Mexican Queen's friend Angela. My husband and I had the best night ever. After the show, we made some friends at the bar. And we all ended up being from Stewart. And now we're planning a pregame party before the next KVJ Live.
I love it.
Nice. Yeah. I love it.
KVJ Live 5.
Get a little group text thread going. Get the party plans in place. I like that.
Yeah.
The best parties are the ones that you prepare for on the front end.
Yep.
And sometimes the best parties are the ones you don't even plan.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I don't give a shit.
I am a planning mofo. I love a plan.
And big thanks to Mo, who came out. She said was so great. She said, Kev, your cocktail should be illegal. It was so strong. It was tequila.
Wow.
It's tequila. Well, that's good. So thank you very much for coming out. And she's hoping the next one we can recreate this photo that she had taken with Jaybird back in like 2017.
Wow. Look at
We'll
Jaybird.
make sure we get that done.
Absolutely.
So young and handsome.
That's when I was dyed my beard. I wasn't happy. Deep down, a lot of pain.
I like the beard dye. I just do.
Yeah,
Yeah, Virginia's trying to talk me into beard dye on Saturday. We were in there. I'm getting ready to do the show. She's like, yeah, your beard's getting really gray.
Oh, that's a good confidence booster right before you go on stage.
Here's your microphone. Have fun.
What the shit?
Look.
And then she wanted to go in on this whole thing. I'm getting ready to go. And she, we need to talk about beard dye. I'm like, do we have to talk about it right now?
I was a little in the champagne.
Oh, I could tell. She wanted to put the whole live show on hold so we could have an in-depth discussion about how I need to dye my beard.
That's, it seems like the right move.
Timing. Yeah.
She gave me the biggest banana daiquiri.
Yeah, I saw that. What did that cup say?
That cup said size matters.
Yeah. You can
That's
see.
a Mardi Gras cup.
Okay, that looks like the kind of cup you'd have at Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
that must
100.
hold like, what, 10 beers? A whole 12-pack?
Yeah.
Okay, I
It's
believe
that
it.
big.
I mean, I really just remember everybody being extremely nice. You know, there's always one person that's kind of a dick face. I don't remember any of that happening once last night or the other night.
Everybody was cool to us.
Totally,
Everybody was so sweet.
Yeah. But apparently things got a little bit fuzzy. There was a part of Share a Shot that had happened with Jaybird's interesting confession that he had made that Virginia didn't even know about.
Something to do with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bet your ass.
Yeah.
You don't remember that part?
Now I do, now that Kevin refreshed my memory.
I think the question was about role playing, and if you do role playing, what do you role play? And I said Jurassic
He and
Park.
Honeyface do Jurassic Park.
Who's the dinosaur and who's the zookeeper?
Wouldn't you love to know? Who said there's a zookeeper involved? Maybe sometimes dinosaurs want to scamper.
Yeah, you ever heard of the Pegasaurus?
I've
heard of the Lickalotopus.
Yeah, that's a couple of the characters they have in their role playing.
But I did take 2 shots, though. I didn't answer 2 of the 3 questions.
Okay.
How many questions did you answer?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? Did you get roofied? What happened?
I
mean, I had a buzz up, but I remember the night.
I remember it too, parts of it.
Virginia did a shot because she wouldn't answer, and then she proceeded to answer and then say too much, so much so that we had to edit out her comments that she
That's
had.
what I do remember.
I was so confused because I was getting ready to move on. And she's like, well, here's what happened. I'm like, you just did the shot. All right, that's fine. I'm like, okay, I was getting ready to move on, but no, I'll pump the brakes.
Well, you gave it an answer, and I was already feeling it myself, so I stood up and go, no, that's a bullshit answer. Shot. And the whole audience started pressuring you to do a shot, so you took the shot, and then you told the story.
Well, I'm not here to disappoint no bitches.
No, I hear you.
Until later when she's like, I got the text. Hey, guys. I said something during my segment. I think I need to have you guys edit it out. Mama had too much to drink, and, I got a little loose lipped. So we had to.
Well, I made sure I texted Kevin like at 6 a.m. on Sunday. Hey, man, I think everything went good, right?
Yeah, I can tell Bird's fishing.
Hey, I didn't do anything bad, right?
Everything's cool, man. I can still come in on Monday.
Well, this is so funny. So I sent an email to everybody on the show saying, oh, guys, we lost the Mother Nutter 3000.
Oh, yeah, your leaf blower. What leaf blower.
First of all, we didn't even name that nut, which I forgot.
By design. Kevin was banking on that.
I just forgot about it. And Kevin oddly didn't have it in the prep.
Kevin, I remember when we didn't use it, Kevin goes, oh, rats. I forgot to do it.
Oh, whatever. You're getting it next time.
Hey, look, I'm a Name That Nut fan.
He is. Yeah,
so I went back to PGA National on Sunday morning to see if I could find my Mother Nutter 3000.
Yeah.
But then I sent out this email to everybody that it was lost. And I just got this response from our boss, David. Mm-hmm. And he says, hey, maybe you don't remember, but after I talked you out of bringing it into the Butcher's Club.
You were going to take a leaf blower into the Butcher's Club, which is, that's close to being like one of those Michelin-starred restaurants. Esteemed chef.
Thank you, David.
You were going to take a leaf blower into this high-end restaurant.
I thought it'd be a great idea.
Okay, yeah.
But I guess David talked me out of it. And then so I said, all right, if I can't take it, you take it. And then he took it home for safekeeping. So David's got it.
That poor son of a bitch. Yeah, I cannot. You, first of all, you give an anxiety attack about bringing it into the restaurant. Then you make him take it?
Yeah. Wow.
That is so fudged up, man.
No, he's a team player.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he had a choice.
No.
Hurricane Category 5 Virginia, you kind of have to live in that world.
Look, she's a performer. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, thank God we found it.
Yay, the mystery is solved. Thank you, David. So sorry.
Susan said, thank you all for a great time on Saturday. Running into Jaybird and Panda before the show made my night. Also, Kevin, I'm the drunk girl that came up to you right after the show to give you a hug and ask for a picture. So sorry. No problem at all. Don't apologize.
Aww.
I was too lit to wait in the line. So hopefully next time, love you guys. There you go.
Oh, that's so cute.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at Panda. He looks sexy there.
Yeah, he does. Look at
Looks
that
good.
hair.
That's a good
Great
picture.
hair. Yeah, I know.
Get
Handsome
it, Pan.
man.
Get it.
Well, make sure he has a nice little Monday. There's a song by Jimmy Buffett called Come a Monday.
He had a nice Sunday.
Oh.
Whoa, okay.
Went to the shredder.
Wow. Even with you after that Saturday night, huh?
Oh, dude, there's no way.
Did you do that because he ran our cameras? Was that his payment?
No, it was just
okay.
timing.
Did the mood hit you? Okay.
Mood hit me.
Yeah,
Dude,
okay.
she was still drunk at 1p.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I might still be drunk now.
That's why I had my girlfriend drive me to work today. I go, babe, you might drive me to work just in case. I still feel a little off.
I can't get pulled over in this condition.
And Megan said, thank you for posting the live show on YouTube for us to all see. I thought the Mexican Queen might throw down with the drunk lady at the end that said, Kevin, I'm ready for you to do me right now.
What was this?
I don't know. I think I missed that. I don't know if I remember that. I don't think I was blackout drunk, but I don't know. Maybe. The disrespect, now that would get y'all to go viral. Yeah, thank you for giving my husband and I fun topics to discuss at the end of our crazy days. Well, thank you very much for checking it out.
Towards the end of the night where everyone's drinking, I'm talking about that second round of pictures, man, there's some weird things said, which is awesome.
Yeah, it was all good. People asked about the Queen. Yeah, she had a great time, and it was lovely. It was nice to have her out. She actually kind of chipped in and helped a little bit with some of the setup on stuff.
She was running stuff. She was helping with props and management and stage managing.
Everybody was recruited.
Yes.
For this one.
Uncle Jerry was there. He was an usher.
Yeah, that was great.
His new fiance, she was there. She was an usher.
Yeah, it was cool to meet them.
Do you know if were snacks given out during when we were singing Snacks for the World?
100%.
Okay, perfect. I couldn't see.
Rocco was all over it. Him and Landon, Mariah's son, they were handing out snacks to everybody.
Very cool.
Okay. Also, we got an email from Michael. Home safe from your live show. We need to talk about Drunk Girl Trivia. Your drunk girl giving Basic Instincts, Sharon Stone vibes. Button-down dress with almost all buttons undone. My table and tables around us going crazy. Y'all didn't say anything about her puss almost hanging out.
What?
Okay.
Well, in our defense, from our angle, we can't see the puss.
I was worried about my puss being shown. I did feel at times I was trying to cross obviously my penis. I was trying to.
He's hung like it's a puss.
But it was just I felt like I was spread eagle at certain points to go, brother, you better just cover your no square.
Yeah, that's funny. One question Christian wanted to know: did Kevin's son Cannon's girlfriend's grandparents wind up going. No, they did not. So they did not make it.
That's good.
Did I see your pastor there?
Yeah, Pastor Sean did make it.
I saw
yeah, he
him
was good.
in the audience.
He liked the show.
Him and his wife.
They were out. Yeah,
They're lovely.
Yeah, they were there till 7:30, and then he's got to bail because I never really thought about this, but for him, he has a whole because he's got to do like 3 or 4 sermons on Sunday. And he's like, dude, because I see him at the last one. He's like, you have no idea like how gassed I am. I'm like, yeah, that would be tough. I guess you never think about that, but it'd be, kind of probably how we feel.
That's 4 hours probably, right?
Yeah, and it's just him. You don't have co-hosts. You don't have commercials. You don't have songs.
It's probably a good thing if he missed the back end of this.
Right.
The fuzzy parts.
I was almost like, hey, Sean, you might want to go now.
Please, Sean, there's the door.
Be a good time to get up and leave.
I treat those like an after the show podcast. So if an F-bomb slips out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's what you get.
We did get a few messages. I heard from some people that were shocked because they've never heard the after the show. And I was like, okay. So if you've never heard us curse, yeah, I can see where that would be a little like, whoa.
Were they mad?
No, they weren't mad. They had a great time. They were just shocked.
Yeah, there are people who don't listen to the after the show podcast that it's a different vibe.
Well, that's why I think we have to make sure that everybody knows, hey, it's the after the show podcast live. It's not the KVJ show live.
Right.
It gets a little naughty. It gets a little scandalous.
And Desiree said, I just want to thank you. Happy I finally made it to one of your live shows. I took my sister along for her birthday, which was awesome. She's Crystal, the one who was called up for Do It Bitch. And when you guys started, she was in the bathroom, so I had to run and find her and bring her up on the stage.
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, we were looking for her for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she got up there. I wish we would hear more from your wife, the Mexican Queen, on the show, too, during the summer at least. Yeah, maybe. That's a good thought because, yeah, she is, this summer she doesn't work. So she is free. So, yeah, some of the things I'd love to have her on to have in-depth discussions about. I'm like always, well, she's unavailable because she's at school. So maybe we can get her in for, some Q&A and pick her brain on that. So thank you very much to everybody that came out. If you have not seen it, you would like to watch it, we do have the whole show is posted up minus one little answer from Virginia. And you can actually go right to Share a Shot too. I put that as an individual segment, and also What Did I Lick, I think, is an individual segment if you just want to see those two. Those are two of the more memorable things that had happened. This is an email from Candace, and she is at a job site that is right across the river from where they're keeping Diddy during his trial. I guess that's what the jail looks like. She said, you should see right out front of the courthouse. It is such a zoo with reporters.
Wow.
Can't even get through that area. I can imagine. Look, you're probably going to get a verdict this week, I guess.
I would think you're right.
Yeah.
I would think you'll probably get a verdict in the next few days.
Yep. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, so.
I can't wait. I mean, this is going to be just like the OJ verdict. I mean, I am going to stop everything and be on pins and needles just watching it.
Mm-hmm. Throw in your prediction right now. What happens with Diddy? You could have full acquittal. You could have 10 or less years, 10 or more years. What do you think?
I think it'll be 10 or less, but more than 5. Between 5 and 10.
Okay, so you're going with the 10 or less option?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay Bird?
I think it's going to be 10 or less, and he's going to join forces with a Suge Knight, and they're going to do a podcast together.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think he gets 10 or less.
Yeah,
and
I do too.
And I'd probably actually even take 5 or less. In fact, I'll make that an option because I just don't think. I think they went big on it. I don't know that they're going to get the life, which is, what they ultimately would like to have. And maybe I'm just missing a part of it. And I will admit, I have not been fully invested in this. I haven't watched every little thing. I've just done enough to be able to talk about it here on the show, but I know some people are really going in deep and they're reading everything and checking everything else out.
I stopped watching it because I was getting terrible information from YouTube.
Yeah.
Just shitty information.
I watched the wrap up every night. ABC News would do like a whole show, what happened today in court. So every night before bed, I'd put that on and go to sleep to it so I could kind of keep up with what was going on. But I don't even know everything. There's so much that was happening, and he did so many squirrely things.
What really kind of got me was the things that drew me into it when they did the raid on all of his houses and everything was the story started coming out. And I was even just watching a little bit more of the interview of Al B. Sure on Good Day New York, their daytime talk show there. And him going in on how he thinks Diddy killed his ex-wife, how he thinks Diddy tried to take him out and put him in that coma. I really thought that's where we were going with this trial. I don't know what I thought that was going to come up, and the fact that those kind of things, and then the people that have died or met their demise questionably around Diddy, I thought that was going to be part of it. I'm like, this thing's going to be a hell of a ride. And then it really just turned into, yeah, he throws crazy ass parties and he's hiring hookers to be a part of it, and they might have crossed state lines.
And there's drugs.
He's an abusive asshole.
Drug mules.
And he does drugs.
I also think there are videos, but I think these are videos you're not going to ever see. I think there's definitely celebrity videos that they have, but they're to protect the people involved who may not have been involved in a crime, but it would just be to embarrass or humiliate. I think those will not be seen.
Mm-hmm.
He probably used tapes to blackmail, just like Epstein did.
Yeah. Here's where everybody thinks on this. 39% of KVJ TV right now says Diddy gets 5 or less years. 24% says 10 or less, so that'd be between 5 and 10. 22% are going for the full. He gets more than 10, which to me would be insane, but okay.
Anything's possible.
I'm here for it. I think he deserves more than 10.
Absolutely, he deserves more than 10.
I think he deserves that. I think he's a monster. And 14% are going full acquittal. So, you know, when you break that all down, only 14% thinks that he just absolutely walks and gets nothing. And I've heard the one thing, too, because, you know, he has been locked up for a while. Some people are like, no further time served. You know, could you imagine that?
That would have blown.
In a sense, he would walk out that day. It's
Right.
not a full acquittal. They get him on something, but he's like, okay, what you've served already, you're done. Go home.
That would be insulting to all of the victims that had to muster the courage to go in there and tell the story. That's not easy. And now I'm sure all of them live daily with the fear of retribution.
Well, the fact that you got, what is it? I think, was it Heavy D? You got Kim Porter. You got Al B. Sure. You got 3 people that either died or almost died pretty much way before their time, and by these same almost mysterious things of pneumonia or something along that line.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just that I don't know. Doesn't flush with me. Karen had this comment about the Karen Reed trial. I know you were into that one as well, Virginia. She said, hey, Virginia, I love you, but I got to totally disagree with you on the Karen Reed trial. How do you explain her broken taillight and the chips from her broken taillight on Kevin O'Keefe's chest while he's dead in the snow?
That didn't happen. The tail light wasn't broken until after the police took her car into the impound lot. That's where the tail light got broken and the chips from it got planted.
Right.
That came out in the trial.
Mm-hmm. And she said, I totally believe that she was drunk and she backed into him. She hit him and knocked him out and did not realize it. And nobody knew that he was knocked out and laying in a blizzard, so he froze to death. His cell phone data also proved that he did not move his body from that time that she backed into him to the next morning when they found him. I don't think she did it on purpose, but I think she totally backed into him and killed him. And she even said so. You're not talking about the interviews where she said, oh my God, did I run over him? Did I back into him?
Well, she was blackout drunk, yeah, because she doesn't remember doing it. So when they first confronted her with the information, she was like, oh my gosh, did I do this? Did I do this?
Mm-hmm.
But then as the pieces started to fall into position, I think she realized she didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that it was a conspiracy by these cops that did it in the house, in the basement.
She realized she didn't do it when her lawyers told her that she didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, you're innocent.
I just don't think she did it.
Well, if you're in a blackout state, how can you say you remember yes or no? I mean, if you can't remember anything, you can't go and say, I don't remember that, but I do remember this. That's not what a blackout is. That's inconsistency. And I rest your honor.
Karen said I
have no
watched
idea what I'm talking about.
Karen said I watched the entire second trial on Court TV. I did not watch the first trial. If I was on the jury for the second trial, I would have convicted her of second-degree manslaughter where she killed him but didn't mean to.
Yeah, I just don't agree.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
If we was both on the jury would be hung.
I feel so bad. If you are a man fighting for your life and you're innocent and you're on the jury, that guy's fucked.
I got a review here of F1 from Janelle.
Oh, good.
Janelle in Jupiter. She thought the live show was amazing. Thank you, Janelle.
She hung around with us till the bitter end.
Yeah.
She was in the Butcher's Club. So sweet.
She said, secondly, Corey and I saw the F1 movie last night. It was really good.
Really?
Yeah, I started thinking about it more. I mean, I made a little snide comment about just listening to the trailer. But yeah, I don't doubt that it's good. She said, I think the trailer wasn't great, but that's because they kept all the good stuff for the movie, and you should. We were engaged, rooting for the drivers. There was amazing music, real footage of races used in the film. Kev, you would love it. Yeah, I think I'll probably not going to watch it in the theater. I don't feel moved like that, but when it comes out to stream, one day I'm going to watch that movie. And it was the number one movie. Really, it was about the only thing to watch. There are some movies that are coming out. You know, here we are already 4th of July, and some movies are kind of tanking. The Disney's Pixar Elio, that thing, they are not impressed with that. Underperformed again, 10.7 million. It was in third place.
Disney's had some fucking misses, man.
They have. Yeah, they've had a rough year. F1 with Brad Pitt, that earned 55.6 million. That's pretty good. How to Train Your Dragon, that slid into second, still making 19.4 in its third weekend. So not too bad. And unfortunately, Vin Diesel's announced that there's going to be another Fast and the Furious.
Thank goodness.
Do you know what, anybody, just as a trivia question, do you know what number they're on? The next movie is going to be what number?
12.
Fast and Furious?
13?
It's 11.
11.
Yeah. Crazy. It feels like 13, doesn't it?
It does.
Mm-hmm. Got a crazy story here. Somebody got a little Fast and Furious. Mandy, she was sitting at a light on Palm Beach Lakes just past Home Depot, and I noticed a car on my rear view. It had no front passenger headlight, and as I approached the traffic light at 7th Street, I experienced a hard impact to the rear of my car. I looked toward my left mirror and I saw a car tire. I stopped to avoid the car coming down on my hood. The car kept driving, so I followed it because I didn't want the driver taken off. The driver pulled onto that access road that runs parallel to Palm Beach Lakes. I parked not far from them, took a picture of the license plate quickly, called 911, saw the driver of the other car crawling out of the back seat driver's side door. He asked if I was all right. He looked at the damage to my car and he asked, "Oh, I did that?" I responded, "Yes, you did that." And you can see her car there, the photo she sent.
Oh, man.
He said his tire blew. He walked back toward his car and was walking up the road. I thought he was on his phone. I took a picture of my car. I looked up to see where he went, and he was gone on foot. The police arrived. License plate tag doesn't match the vehicle. The insurance found in the car expired in March. The hood of the car was held on by a strap. The tires were bald. The driver's side mirror was missing. The driver's door wasn't operable. The car is registered to a female. Why doesn't the state do vehicle inspections like in New York State? Thankfully, I have uninsured motorist insurance. And thankfully, I'm all right, and my car was repaired. But yeah, honestly, it's insane driving in South Florida. There's not a time I don't drive anywhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And here she got a photo. That was the car he was driving.
Oh.
I mean, that's a banged up car. And yeah, you see these cars and you're like, I do everything. That's all I'm doing. I am changing lanes, trying to avoid drivers. I see either driving fast or driving crazy, or they're probably driving drunk, or they're driving this.
We drove past a guy on 95 that had no door. He was on 95, no driver's door.
Probably brings in some nice wind.
It's just so weird to look over and be like, holy crap, got no door.
Crazy, right? Yeah, that's kind of what you get here in South Florida. Yeah, just in the other night, again, just when I was leaving the show from PGA, going home, just people zipping in and out. There was somebody that had to be hammered because they just started drifting right into my lane.
Oh, no.
What time did you end up getting home on Saturday?
I think it was 10:30, 11, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's same with me.
Oh, I was still whooping it up at the Butcher's Club.
Oh, I know. Is that why you sound like Gollum?
Yeah. Me and Janelle.
I had thought about it. I was just so gassed.
I was too, man. We ain't like you, homie.
Have an espresso martini and shut the fuck up.
Honestly, man, I'm still so tired from Saturday. I'm just going to take whatever shit you throw at me.
I went to the Moose yesterday. I kept it going.
You did?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the Moose Lodge.
Oh, my God. Unreal.
I kept it going, too.
And Cesar, who is kind of running a KVJ Facebook fan page.
Yes.
KVJ Nation hashtag Be Cool Facebook page. So he's kind of monitoring that. He wanted to do a shout out to one of the KVJ Nationers whose mom had recently passed in hospice. So he said, we won't say who it is, but just know that KVJ Nation's got your back. And, we'd said that earlier. That is really the amazing thing. And that was the most powerful message that stood out to me, is how these people, everybody needs to belong somewhere. And there are so many people that really is KVJ Nation is their family. And, it does and doesn't have anything to do with us, because they just find each other and they've got, a common love of KVJ, but it's really nice because that becomes their friend group and their place to belong and their support system. And everybody needs to have that. I see stats. I never think about it, but, they talk about how many people are just lonely. And it really is. It can happen that way. And they were talking about how loneliness is worse for you than smoking cigarettes and drinking and everything is pretty much all combined. It really it takes years off of your life. And so if you find yourself that way, KVJ Nation doesn't discriminate, welcomes everybody with open arms and brings you in. You can find a place to belong. And, so I love that. And you don't have to pay to go to a live show to do it. You can jump on the Facebook page and connect. And we do so many other events too. KVJ Volunteer Army, those things, you can come out to that and give back to the community and meet up with KVJ Nation.
Absolutely.
Like,
and we always update our social media with where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing. There are definitely upcoming events that you can find on our social media, free events.
Yes.
Where you can come and meet other Nationers and have fun.
Yes.
And celebrate.
Look out on our social media all week for an event coming up, please. Yes. But we're quite blessed to have a great audience. That's not to be pandering. That's just the honest truth.
And it's so fun to see, because I was looking at all the list of all the tickets sold. There were so many individual tickets sold, just one ticket.
Yeah.
And so many people that just showed up by themselves and said, you know what? I know when I go to a KVJ show, I'm going to be able to find other people to sit with, drink with, talk with, be friends, chat them up in the bathroom, and then sit together. Like, that's just how the Nation operates.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, we've been around. You guys were around, over 26 years. I've been around 21 years. We grew up with a lot of these people. We grew up together.
And we met them in the bars, in the restaurants, hanging out, going about town. And this is how KVJ was built.
Yeah. So it is really nice. So if you need a place to belong, KVJ welcomes you with open arms.
And a drink.
That's it. Okay. All right. Well, y'all enjoy your day. Thank you so much. Go to YouTube if you want to see the whole KVJ live show. And if you're watching right now, make sure you click that like button. Enjoy your Monday. We'll see y'all